So today we're diving into a really powerful idea for anyone in a leadership role who's trying to navigate all the uncertainty out there. We're talking about leading not just with a good plan, but with something, deeper. A kind of conviction that can make your team absolutely unshakable.
I mean, just think about that for a second. When the pressure is really on, when a competitor makes some huge move, or the whole economy just goes sideways, what is it that actually keeps you and your team steady? Is it really that strategy doc you wrote last quarter, or is it something a lot more fundamental?
And that's where we get to the core idea here. Now, this is a pretty bold claim, right? It goes against a lot of modern business thinking. And it's not that strategy isn't important. Of course it is. But the idea is that it's a deeper shared conviction that gives you real, lasting strength.
Look, every single leader, every organization is going to face opposition. It's inevitable. But how you frame that opposition, how you think about it, that changes everything. So let's kind of dig into what these storms actually look like.
This quote, it really forces you to shift your perspective, doesn't it? It suggests that a lot of the time, leaders give way too much power to external threats just by being afraid of them. It's a call to take that power back, to really figure out what's a genuine threat versus what's just noise. And believe me, these storms are very real. You've got the huge industry giants that have been around forever, then there are the nimble, disruptive competitors trying to change the game. Out of nowhere, you can get hit with sudden regulatory storms, and yeah, the source even calls out those who might be actively conspiring against you. These are the real-world challenges this whole philosophy is designed to help you face. So, if we know the storms are coming, what's the answer? Well, it's not about getting a better weather forecast, it's about building a stronger foundation. This is where we get into the nuts and bolts of what it takes to build a truly unshakable team.
And this just lays it all out so clearly. On one hand, you have strategy. It's a plan, sure, but plans change. They get outdated. Heck, they can even be copied. But purpose and integrity, that's a permanent anchor. That's your organization's unique DNA. It lets you respond from who you are, from your core conviction, instead of just reacting to whatever everyone else is doing.
Okay, so this is an ancient line, and I know it might sound a little out there at first, but it holds this incredibly profound lesson for leadership today. It's not about waiting for some kind of magic intervention. It's about adopting a mindset of supreme confidence, a perspective that sees all the plotting and panic from others as basically powerless against the foundation that is truly solid.
So how do we bring that ancient idea into the modern world? Well, in today's boardroom, that confident laugh becomes the quiet calm of a team that knows exactly who they are and why they're doing what they do. When a competitor launches some new disruptive thing, this team doesn't freak out. Sure, they analyze it, they adapt, but they are never, ever shaken from their core mission. They just stand firm.
Now, let's bring this down to a really personal level, to the leader themselves. Because what the thinking here suggests is that real authority, true leadership, doesn't come from the title on your business card. It comes from something deeper, something it calls placement.
And this difference is absolutely crucial. See, anyone can get a title. CEO, director, manager. That's leadership from position. It's based on hierarchy, and it can be temporary. But leadership from placement, that's a whole different ballgame. It's rooted in a mission, it relies on clarity of purpose, and that kind of authority actually endures.
Okay, so if you have this sense of placement, what does that actually mean you have to do? Well, it comes with some very clear responsibilities. It's not just about hitting targets. It's about being wise in your decisions, being discerning enough to know what really matters, and, maybe most importantly, having the vision to see past all the daily chaos and focus on the long term.
And this next point, it's a huge warning. This isn't just some feel-good philosophy. This is about survival. The argument is that the single greatest threat to any organization isn't some external rival, it's internal decay. It's what happens when leaders lose touch with the very values that made them strong in the first place.
All right, so let's put this all together. What's the real advantage here? What do you actually get when you lead with this kind of conviction? Let's break down the tangible results.
It all starts with this massive shift in your own mindset. You move away from leading with fear of what might happen, and you move toward leading with absolute clarity about what you are there to do.
And because you have that clarity, you stop just reacting to every little thing the market does, and you start responding with real wisdom, grounded in that long-term vision.
And finally, that wisdom pushes you away from making decisions based on your own ego and toward making choices driven by a deep, genuine alignment with the mission of your entire organization.
So what does all this create? What does that team actually look like? Well, it's a team that is united in purpose. It's protected by principle. It's a group of people deeply committed to doing what is right. It's a team that honestly believes it is stronger than any storm and ultimately larger than any one opponent.
And that's really the bottom line, isn't it? It's just a powerful, simple, and inspiring idea for any leader out there. When you build that unity on a foundation of real purpose and conviction, you create an advantage that is just almost impossible to beat.